and previous renderings. So looking at the materials library, this definitely looks a bit different than Keyshot 2, and the main difference is the way you deal with groups and the way you organize your actual files. You'll see we have a collapsible materials folder. This materials folder is linking up to, and you can then go into lower level folders, and as you drag the file, it does show you what's currently in that folder. So you can really organize very well here. So we'll just leave that there. And so you can see it's a different system than what's in Keyshot 2, which is you deal with a single MTL material file for an entire group of materials. And with this system, you're actually dealing with single material files that populate an entire folder, which is what forms the groups. So if we take a look at one of these folders here, if we go into plastic and we look at basic, you can see, looking at here, we have basic, one single material, black shiny plastic, and that's one single material file. And what that allows me to do is take that one single file, throw it onto a new system, and then I have that single file. And I can take, of course, many more. Let's find some more here. Like if we look at the mesh, go into the mesh folder here, I can take all these individual material files and put them onto a new system or move them into a server location and grab those for new users from those new locations. Now the other thing, of course, with a material file, you can see these are very small files, and these mesh files have textures on them. And there's lots of different textured materials, especially if we look at the metals folder here. Something like this brushed aluminum, let's just drag and drop that right on there. You can see there's a texture. And any textured material is, of course, sourcing a texture from not within the material file itself, but from the textures folder on the system. So if we look at my aluminum folder here, where this is sourcing from, we have a brushed material file. This definitely doesn't have an image file embedded in it. This is only 34 kilobytes. So this is looking at, back in the Keyshot 3 textures folder, this is actually looking at my brushed texture here. So of course I could manually go into my materials folder and grab the aluminum material file, and then manually go into my textures folder, grab the texture, and move those things to a new system. But what I can actually do is I can take any number of these materials, I can do a multi-selection,